Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy?
They invited me, the individuals who have the video invited me to California, to LA, to come and view the tapes.
And be redeemed. And I'm not talking about in business or to the world. I think it's a wrap for that.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get.
I mean, like, his soul.
A jaw-dropping revelation is shaking things up. The ultimate party icon, once the undisputed ruler of the celebrity world, is now crumbling as shocking insider secrets come to light. But what's even more staggering? The possibility that he masterminded the very stars who once adored him, turning everything you believed upside down.
We're talking to Tracy. She suspects that there are other people that might be caught up in this, that, you know, there might be more charges laid, and that a lot of people in Diddy's inner circle may actually choose to turn against him and share their own stories about what they may have witnessed.
That was the big one for me. You know, talking to Tracy, she made note again of the video evidence, which is, as you say, pretty shocking to think about, but, you know, was that a striking contrast to you when we're talking about people potentially turning on Combs? Because for so long, over months and years now, we've heard that he has this really close-knit group around him who, allegedly, would protect him at all costs.
Yeah, we chatted with Susie Siegel a couple of months ago. She was Combs' assistant for a short time, but she recalled his power and charisma, as well as the loyalty of his admirers and those who worked for and with him. Tracy's statement raises the possibility that some individuals may turn against him and speak with federal officials on his case. That's a fairly large assertion. In a real-life drama that feels ripped from the pages of a compelling Netflix movie, Sean Diddy Combs, once the mastermind behind opulent parties and a defining force in pop culture, is now facing a reckoning far more intense than any tabloid controversy. His once unshakable business, based on a heritage of sumptuous parties, premium products, and an unequaled ability for grabbing the spotlight, now stands on the brink of ruin. With bombshell claims spanning from sex trafficking and sexual abuse to racketeering, Diddy's tale is swiftly growing into a complex and terrifying spectacle. As a tsunami of celebrities comes forward, the dark and hidden elements of his stratospheric rise are finally being uncovered.
I said back in the day, people used to think that Kirk Burroughs and Diddy was lovers, or they had some kind of relationship like that. Remember I told you that? And you was like,
I remember that. You told me that years ago.
Yeah, and you said to me, yo, you gonna speak about it? I said, nah, I ain't gonna speak about it, bro. You understand? I'm gonna wait till he speak about it. So people had known that. I always knew that because I used to follow Puff to Kirk's house when we had the building and the red zone, and we used to take the money from those clubs and we had to drop it off at Kirk's house. So we wasn't dropping. He was staying there. You know, you spending the night at another house and you got a apartment with your girl somewhere else. Okay. So when I seen in the lawsuit that he said that Kirk said that Puff was SAing him, sexually assaulting him, sizing him, doing all kind of things to him, I first thought like, well, hold up, they was lovers, or they was, but that's his boss. So maybe the boss cannot have sex with people, the CEO can't have people that work for them.
Yeah, I think it's in my opinion, it's a mistake. They should have stuck with the original indictment, the superseding indictment about, that he had employees that he didn't pay, and the paragraph surrounding that. I guess they're going to throw in like an element there for that paragraph. I don't think it was useful. I don't think it was something that was necessary. And I think it cheapens the rest of the case, in my opinion, as to what they're actually going for and actually what they're trying to prove. And it's very difficult in these type of cases. And I'm not saying that it's easy on either side, but it's very difficult on these type of cases to have a jury to say, hey, these aren't two consenting adults. These aren't individuals that have been paid for whatever they're doing. This isn't what they're making it out to be as a sex trafficking case. In your mind, when someone says sex trafficking, it's aghast, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, what are the facts from this sex trafficking? What could have been be? And then all of a sudden you hear, well, it was that his girlfriends and himself were engaging in these prostitutes that were come over to their house, and they were paid between $5,000 and $10,000 for the whatever happened. And that's the sex trafficking. That's kind of a hump that they have to overcome. Although legally speaking, you can make the argument. It's still in people's minds. How is this sex trafficking? And like I said, it is not that the legal elements aren't going to be met, because I think they are. And in terms of what the evidence is, it seems like they've reached that point.
Right.
What my argument is a jury is going to have a tough time wrestling with charging someone criminally for someone calling a prostitute to come over and make $10,000.
Picture this: a leaked sex tape so shocking, it sends shockwaves through Hollywood, pushing legendary actor Will Smith into the center of a controversy that could reshape celebrity legacies and rattle the very core of Tinseltown.
All right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
Saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
In the tangled web of Hollywood controversies, where every secret carries a deeper mystery, a jaw-dropping revelation has surfaced, one that could send shockwaves through the heart of celebrity culture. Without any prior warning, an explosive tape has leaked, sending ripples of chaos across the entertainment industry. Dar, allegedly showcasing wild and unrestrained moments from one of Diddy's infamous parties, the footage has already ignited heated debates and left insiders utterly stunned.
If you were an attorney for this A-lister, how would you handle this? Is there a way to make this go away other than the hush money thing? Is there anything that can be done legally?
It's not a hush money situation. There's a thing of value that is for sale. So in a legal sense, the only way to control it is to have possession of it. So if the person is that concerned about this seeing the light of day, where they're praying that it goes away, I can certainly tell that person, I hate to say prayer won't work in this situation, but the only way is to do something, to act. Otherwise, if you're gonna leave it into the hands of others will purchase it. And legally, it's a way for them to get around. They can blur out the other person. They could, blur out maybe the graphic parts, but it could come out and it could be figured out who this person is very easily.
I will say I'm a bit surprised that she's been on several news channels and speaking about this, because isn't this extortion? So we know this is a celebrity. It is not a politician, because the person is 17 to 21. They're not sure the age, but it sounds like a young male celebrity. When she first spoke about this video, she said that it seemed like the person in the video with Diddy was not aware that they were being taped or filmed. And additionally, attorney Ariel Mitchell-Kidd had spoken with News Nation, and she says that allegedly there are 3 different tapes.
Is it a household name that we're talking about here? And secondly, are they engaged in any criminality from what you understand?
Household name, very much so. More of a household name than Mr. Combs.
Wow,
and
really?
Criminality, they are engaged in pornography. They're not doing anything illegal per se. I can't say that I'll say this. My concern was that I could not verify the age of the individual. And so that was my concern about not having anything sent to me and viewing it in the way that I did via stills, via FaceTime video. So I didn't want to have anything in my phone, because my issue is we can't determine if this person is 17 to 21.
The attorney of one of Diddy's accusers was on Piers Morgan and spoke about the alleged tape that has been leaked. And last week, the same attorney said that was someone of high profile in a tape with Diddy from his Atlanta mansion. But today, we're learning even some more information.
Diddy's lavish mansion isn't just a symbol of wealth and extravagance. It harbors a shadowy past filled with controversy and resilience. In a shocking turn of events that has sent shockwaves through Hollywood's secretive elite, Diddy is now furious at Ali Carter for pulling back the curtain on his mysterious freak-off mansion and the dark truths hidden within. Beginning in November 2020, Ali Carter, a self-described survivor of a nefarious network of trafficking and abuse, first came into public notice. Carter's horrific account clarifies her survival through MK Ultra mind control, dissociation identity disorder, PTSD, satanic ritual torture, police violence, CPS corruption, and heinous crimes against humanity. Fearless in her search of truth, she reveals the sinister side of a society few people would be brave to face. She has since come up with a collection of eye-opening films exposing the horrific events she supposedly went through during Diddy's infamous freak-off events, where terrible accusations have suddenly taken front stage. Rapper 50 Cent is adding yet another explosive element to this developing scenario. Previously a peer in the competitive hip-hop scene, 50 Cent and Diddy have a long-running quarrel that has progressed from scathing diss records to a full-fledged public censure. 50 Cent now remembers a period when those notorious parties were the height of success, as he starts to produce a hard-hitting documentary series for Netflix that promises to reveal the facets of Diddy's glittering but contentious empire. His incisive observations serve as a reminder that the charismatic performer might have been planning a much darker show than anyone could have guessed.
Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. Like they would look like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet; he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much shit that you go, wait. No, this was visible.
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
Yeah,
we saw that video.
It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like you could tell that he was already.
Nah, New Yorkers know. Because when Fab, he was like, "Yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, "Nah, we partying tonight."
He's like, no, like, but he didn't party. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, they let that one go. Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like, oh.
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It. You've been claiming for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character, yet you stated you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the party. So what makes you so completely confident that these kinds of charges that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you represent the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it, just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally, those accusations are crazy.
What does it feel like all these years, you being the only one calling this out?
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You do this, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting. There's all this shit that's coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying is,
it might come from you.
You see it now. All of these complaints. People were damned. They were raped and pillaged. It was what was going on, right? And what do I get for I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like, I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing, he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Among the whirl of rumors and subdued accusations, one person stands out for his audacious reaction to the controversy, Will Smith. Honored for his captivating appeal and unwavering commitment to his profession, Smith suddenly finds himself ensnared in a web where truth and conjecture entwine. But what exactly is the relationship between this leaked footage, purportedly involving Diddy and an unidentified younger male, and the actor's choice to emerge into the spotlight and address it head-on? And how does this disclosure challenge the foundations of Hollywood's elite, who have painstakingly created for decades an aura of power and sophistication?
Now, like I said, the young lady got in touch with me. I got in touch with Joe. Joe said it was felonious. She told me that she didn't want to do nothing to Joe. She just wanted the tape or copy of the tape or whatever like that so she could go after Puff. All that is true that Joe said. Now, am I privy to any of that information as far as was there a tape that exists? No, I don't know of a tape that exists. I haven't seen a tape that exists, but I heard that tapes exist. You understand? It could be folktale, it could be some boost. I don't know, we'll find out. So these lawyers is gonna pay top dollar if tapes like that exist out there somewhere. They're gonna pay top dollar for it because they know they're gonna get millions in return if it does. We'll see, man. Puff had a lot of bodyguards. A person doing security for him. It may be some out there that would, because I heard that at one time somebody was blackmailing Puff with a tape. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that.
According to Jeff, he attended the party around 2010 after scoring an invite through an acquaintance who had filmed a music video with Diddy.
End up going to this party. She's like, oh, he's having a Diddy party, and these Diddy parties like are crazy. Like, they're the best parties. Like, people wanted to go to them.
However, Jeff says he was expecting a normal party, but realized it would be quite the opposite when his acquaintance and another friend were dressing in lingerie.
But I remember them getting dressed up, and I'm like dressing up like I'm going to a normal party, whatever. Like, I got my
slacks
polo tee with the collar pop, two of them, I've doubled up, like a pink and an orange one, and I got both collars popped. Yeah. And they're wearing this lingerie where their nipples are showing through. And I'm like, you guys are going like that?
Wow.
And they're like, you don't understand about these parties.
Diddy parties.
And I did not understand, because I saw live sex happen that night. And that's the first time I saw that happen ever in my life. And did I partake? No. But I got the realization that I had been to a Diddy party. Actually, I swear, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I actually went to a Diddy lingerie sex party, freak off party in Miami at a mansion. It was like 8 stories high, and it just kept going up, and the higher you went, the weirder was going on.
And I used to think that if I wasn't yelling and screaming, that wasn't not true either. There is a lot going on with this case. These freak off parties, they're not freak off parties. There's a lot that happens. There's life-size wheels that people attach children to and spin it and decide who's having sex in what way. There are so many things. There's body cakes, there's party favors, and I'm talking like, you know how you put up a little birthday bag, like when you go to a birthday party, and before you can leave, you can take one of those little birthday bags off the table, and then there's toys and like all this stuff for coming to the party. Yeah, instead of that, there's children. They call them party favors. Okay. I'm really trying to spit this out, but I'm really having a hard time tonight. I'm really having a hard time tonight. And I do not know why. I'm really having a hard time tonight. Because I've had to stop everything and turn around, and we're doing this again. And the thing is I can put out information.
MK Ultra is used, but to get MK Ultra to take hold the way it needs to be, it has to involve satanic rituals, extreme trauma, humiliation, just evil on a level you can't imagine. I don't care what you all think about Trump. I'm not sure what I think about Trump, but he is telling you the truth on a lot of things. You guys just don't understand what he's saying. When he's saying they're eating the cats and dogs, he's preparing your hearts and your minds for the fact that satanic rituals is about to come into the light in a big way. Voodoo is about to come into the light in a big way. Cannibalism is about to come into the light in a big way. All of those things link to MK Ultra. And it all links to trafficking. Once you have MK Ultra in place, and once you've used satanic ritual to link into the MK Ultra and to program somebody, program the children, so you can use them as sex slaves or Delta assassins or whatever it is you want them to do.
R&B singer Jaguar Wright, whose direct approach has never faltered, is not far behind in this developing chorus. When Wright appeared on a late-night show, he wasn't holding back. Along with other titans of the industry like Jay-Z, she called Diddy a monster. Her direct analysis strikes a deep chord, with many who have long sensed that there was a history of control and exploitation hidden below the gloss and glamour. Wright sees her experience as a call to action for responsibility in a field that has far too frequently ignored a personal grievance. Her observations give the story a fiery authenticity that challenges viewers to reconsider the true cost of power and the price of fame.
This whole thing with Diddy and everybody wears shirts would not have happened if Diddy didn't put Carisha, Young Miami, out on Front Street, going to her shows, letting her talk about their relationship openly on her podcast, giving her a show. All this would have been shakana. It's still going on if Carisha never received the okay to kind of do a lot of stuff that Diddy never did do. What do you take to that, that Carisha might have provoked Mikarim anger?
Yeah, nah, she ain't that relevant. She's exactly what they say she is. We're getting a DYG mute. She ain't that deep.
You don't think
this, everything that she'll testify to, she's guilty of. Wherever this goes, she's gonna be on probation for quite some time. She ain't white. They ain't gonna let her go like they let that white boy go.
Does it seem like a woman's corn to you?
Come on now. Y'all know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I know that's it. I know.
Whatever that woman feels, she's got the right to feel. She earned it the hard way. And it's kind of disgusting that people are still trying to find a way to slut shame her. In order for any of this to have happened, she would have had to admit it, all of the things that she did wrong as well. She's already swallowed that. About what fucking Umar Johnson has to say in it. That hogwash she did with Art of Dialogue, implying that the 13-year-old, now 37-year-old autistic victim was black, that a black father wouldn't stand for that. Like he literally sat up there and put a whole race on a Jane Doe who none of the details or anything about who she was mentioned. And then
Mark Curry, who once saw his rise to fame fueled by the grand promises of a music mogul known for making stars, now shares a starkly different reality. In open and revealing interviews, the rapper reflects on nights clouded by broken commitments and the sting of deep disappointment. His accusations go beyond just having his career derailed. He claims that Diddy not only took advantage of his artistic contributions, but also weaponized trust and loyalty in an industry where those very values meant everything.
Boy for life. Yeah, Black Rob, you know, you got Black Rob Muscle Game. You got Gangsta shit, Lil Kim Puff, Forever. Man, I wrote the songs with like Cocaine. I did the A-Ball and MJG Ride With Me. I mean, I did, you know, if you do the discog, I have a whole bunch of songs. You know, a lot of people don't know they'd be like, you only did one song for Puff. Or there's one song for Bad Boy. As you check the history, do the resume, I got quite a few of them. You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty more. So that's nothing.
Fooldom fashion. He tied it all the way to Trump. Trump. So here's the lineup. They're trying to take down all the black billionaires so when Trump gets in office, all the black billionaires will know not to help their people. And that's why all of this is happening. Because Trump is gonna make the black billionaires not help their people.
So, can I ask you this, Jag? Because
hogwash.
Hogwash.
These niggas ain't helping their people as it is.
So Jag, I got a very.
What the man doing?
Yeah, I got a very important question.
Laundering money through charities, allegedly.
Do I think, yeah. There's every man possibly is capable. I think he's very capable of doing it. It's in his character. That's who he is. That's what comes with power. That's what comes with arrogance. That's what comes with, you know, what makes him. You know, power, that's just the selfishness that make you be like that. You know, but with everything that's going on, man, you're looking at they dropping them left and right. Companies are parting ways with him. All of that's happening right now because he's tarnishing his own image. What I think is just it's what I call is a character assassination that's going on right now.
Insiders are debating the leaked recording, which was purportedly recorded at one of Diddy's extravagant parties in Atlanta. Several sources claim that the explicit video depicts Diddy in intimate settings or interacting with a high-profile man whose identity is unknown. According to those with knowledge of the situation, the tape is extremely upsetting and explicit, bringing back unpleasant memories for the person concerned. According to one source, it is triggering. It's creating a lot of problems and seems like a violation and betrayal. This disclosure has sparked concerns that the unidentified celebrity may be haunted by the video for the rest of their life if it is made public.
Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
That was you. Scrambling. What? You said, I like when you do it like that, Daddy. When you scrambling and scraping for
Hey, man. And then the rumors of Will Smith being gay and having gay relations with, who was it with?
Diddy?
I know, right? Hold on. So apparently Will's assistant, which I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, the whole thing sounds fishy because the same guy tried to interview on my platform and I said no. But he claims he saw Will Smith with Dwayne Martin.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I know nothing about this. This is crazy.
I mean, well, you should interview Tisha.
Tisha Campbell, who was married to Dwayne Smith. That'd be an interesting interview.
Wouldn't it?
It would. You know her?
I do.
All right, let's make some phone calls.
I don't know. But I mean, you know, and then there's, you know, what would be said and what wouldn't be said. But, you know, I heard more rumors about Dwayne than Will.
Oh, you heard rumors about Dwayne? Oh. I heard some rumors about Will and Jada, which I won't mention because I'll get sued. But I've heard some rumors. I don't know. I mean, people like to say whatever happens behind closed doors is nobody's business, but when you're a public figure, it is everyone's business.
No, because if you kept it behind closed doors, nobody would know. Therefore, it wouldn't be nobody's business. They bring from out the bedroom. That's how we know any goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know what I do in the bed. I don't care what my OnlyFans looks like.
Carter argues that what seems innocuous could be a sign, a blazing hint that connects trafficking organizations to the opulent but cursed property Diddy has long attempted to sell for a huge sum of money.
Is going to crumble when they see this next arrest. In the meantime, there's going to be deaths, distractions, and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it, ask questions, demand and it has a CPS document, a kit. I've had there's files, stacks of CPS documents, and somebody burned a building down, thought that they were just gonna get rid of it because they didn't want my truth to come out. Too late. Too late. There are stacks and copies all over the United States of America and out of it. Too late. Okay. Police reports, SART kits. I've had so many kits, I've lost count. So many times I lost count. I really did lose count. At one point I thought like, hey, maybe I'll have that story one day. Okay, it happened like 5 times. It happened like 7 times. It happened like 10 times. After so many, I lost count. Some things in the CPS reports. And one of the Johns that I have had too many orders with. I say that I'm broken, but I know that I'm not broken beyond repair. I know that I'm loved more than I can imagine. I have a family now, thanks to y'all. So many 90s angels that have been my mom's biggest support team and family that we never thought we would have. I'm out, another arrest is coming again. Watch for those fires. Explosions make fires too. Explosions make accidental fires too. And then, oops, we don't know how that happened. And then you look into it and you see that it's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to something that's tied to. And then you realize, oh, it wasn't just an explosion or a fire. It wasn't an accident.
Then we have Aubrey O'Day, whose rise from a key player in the trailblazing girl group, Danity Kane, to a victim of an industry ruled by Diddy's relentless drive is both devastating and enraging. O'Day's exit from the group, which he describes as being wrapped in control and intimidation, pulls back the curtain on a music industry where success isn't just about chart-topping hits, but also about the heavy toll it takes on one's self-respect. Her memories of constantly fighting invisible battles highlight a harsh reality. The dazzling world of fame often conceals a darker side filled with exploitation and emotional turmoil.
When you are at a young age and you're being groomed, and like I said, America grooms us. So there's all kinds of issues that were, instilled in all of us that we are not even aware of until you leave. But specifically in this setting, an abuser grooms you in that manner so that when they finally do violate you in a serious way, all of that to me is serious though, frankly. When grooming is serious. But when they violate you in a assault way, it's people like I was told that you kind of took pause on Cassie's story because it's 11 years that she dealt with something that sounds so traumatic. I guess kind of were the words I was kind of told that your perspective was. Is that accurate?
Have you and Diddy ever got into it over a female?
Yeah, I had this. Yeah. One time. I want y'all to know this. These stories are strictly for when I was young and I didn't know no better. But now that I'm a grown man, my whole life has changed, man. I'm a different kind of individual, but...
Adding to the mystery, attorney Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, who is actively handling multiple cases against Diddy, disclosed that she was approached about a tape fitting the exact description of the alleged footage. While she maintains that the content is explicit and highly sensitive, Diddy's legal team has brushed off the claims, calling them nothing more than a desperate attempt to grab headlines. However, as more clips emerge, seemingly depicting both Diddy and a yet-to-be-identified A-list celebrity, the issue grows and the tension rises. This alarming release isn't only about its gory nature. It's a disturbing testament to how easily someone's personal privacy may be destroyed, unleashing shockwaves that have the capacity to dismantle even the most carefully established reputations. At the foundation of this growing tale is a convoluted web of secrecy, betrayal, and unrelenting media speculation. And now, all eyes are on one of Hollywood's most renowned icons, Will Smith.
About a month ago, I got contacted by an individual purporting to have some very sensitive information. And they also purported to me to have, they're in possession of 3 tapes, not just 1 tape with Mr. Combs, but they were only interested in pursuing this 1 tape and were looking for legal representation, mainly, like you just said, because they had saw me being actively involved in civil lawsuits against Mr. Combs, that I would be somebody they were interested in to facilitate doing something with the tapes. Initially, I wasn't sure, and they weren't exactly clear on whether or not it was going to be like a catch and kill or facilitating the sale to another third party. I actually called one of my business partners and mentors and had been telling him about this pretty much since the onset of it. They invited me, the individuals who have the video invited me to California, to LA, to come and view the tapes in person. I was hesitant to do so, only because once I know something, I'm obligated, based on being an officer of the court, to tell the court what I saw and what I knew. They offered to send me screenshots through text messages, which I declined. And I ended up saying, well, let's FaceTime and then you can show me. This way I have a sense of no evidence or plausible deniability in terms of things that I've actually received or actually seen with my own 2 eyes.
This luxurious mansion, tucked away in the heart of Beverly Hills, is far more than just another high-end property. Now, originally acquired a decade ago for a hefty $40 million, this vast estate was envisioned as a prime investment for its wealthy owner. Now, at an astounding $61.5 million, its appeal seems to have dropped dramatically. Real estate insiders claim that the mansion, already with a bad reputation, has attracted just a small number of serious buyers. One possible guest even acknowledged to be uncomfortable, tormented by the sinister links of Diddy's past troubles, as rumors of controversy still seem to linger around its great hallways.
I love this little walkway going from the garage to the house. There's even a tennis court back there. There's a 4-car garage over here too. Even though we're technically in the suburbs, out here it feels like you're miles away from everything. The backyard, it's a sanctuary of luxury. You got a 60,000-gallon saltwater pool, a jacuzzi, a built-in barbecue, and a pool house with a kitchen, all surrounded by enough deck space to lose track of time. This right here is the pool house.
comedian Katt Williams brings a dash of raw humor and bleak prophecy to the mix. Williams cautioned listeners to avoid Diddy's parties in a now-viral podcast, saying that the reckoning would happen soon. He reminds us that no matter how high one rises, the fall can be spectacular by interspersing the story with a blend of streetwise insight and irony. An increasing sense of inevitability is fueled by Williams's forecasts, which are given with an almost conspiratorial candor. This reckoning is expected to upend the meticulously crafted image of a billionaire who previously appeared untouchable.
Now, back in January, during his appearance with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay, Katt Williams claimed all lies will be exposed in 2024, and many are pointing to the new revelations on Diddy's indictment as another example of the comedian forecasting things that were likely to come. As news of the freak-off parties became public, many online would join in on the jokes, especially after headlines revealed the FBI seized over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Over the weekend, Katt would turn to his own Instagram account in order to react on the ongoing reports about Diddy's freak-off parties. He would repost an AI-edited clip from 1991's new Jack City. However, the tape displayed Diddy's space on Nino Brown's body and would imply that when it comes time for a trial, Diddy will be telling on a few people. Katt's caption for the reposted clip would read, "Diddy about to snitch on everybody." In addition to that, Katt would repost another clip, this time originating from the film Bad Boys 2. The caption, "POV after you leave a Diddy party."
No, I'm not all right, Mike. 3 days of this shit got my nerves all rattled. My ass still hurts.
It might be a female that likes you. She naturally just like you, but he likes her, but she likes you. He's upset about that. He don't like that, the fact that she like you and don't like him, because he done worked hard to get the money, the jewelry, the cars, the house, the pool, the everything else that he think he needs in order to make himself feel like that person, that man. And then you don't have to have none of that, and this female still likes you even more than she likes him. He hates that. So that to me, I call that a man who has a problem with real men.
Sean Combs has refuted the allegations that he has sex trafficked anyone. Mitchell Kidd says her new client brought up Christina Corum's name in their chat.
She actually also identified Christina Corum, who Mr. Combs has called KK, and has talked about her in several interviews. And when he received the BET Award, where he talked about, thanks, shout out to Cassie for holding me in the dark times. He actually started off with KK. And she said, "I never knew who that lady was. She was with him that night. It wasn't until recently, when the pictures have been coming across all over the internet of her, that she said, this is the lady who was there that night. It was a lady who I described to the police, who I did not identify or have a name. But that the Christina Corum lady was the one who had started to make jokes about sex trafficking my client, that she would be very good on the open market kind of thing. She said that kind of made her feel uncomfortable. And then she got a drink and then started to feel woozy. And then Mr. Combs first sexually assaulted her with an inanimate object, and then directed another gentleman who was there to then penetrate her while he was in the corner pleasuring himself, while Mr. Combs was in the corner pleasuring himself.
Insiders and legal professionals add more levels of complexity as the story progresses. In an honest interview, Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, sparked more rumors. Deal, who is renowned for his insider knowledge, implied that the unidentified individual on the audio might be someone whose notoriety surpasses even Diddy's own. He hinted that Will Smith would be involved, saying, "If I'm looking at any black A-listers bigger than Diddy, there's only one name that comes to mind." Even if his remarks have stoked a lot of rumors, they also highlight the harsh truth of Hollywood's shadowy side, where even the most carefully maintained reputations can be destroyed in an instant and secrets are exchanged like currency. The claims that Sean Combs has engaged in sex trafficking have been refuted. According to Mitchell Kidd, throughout their chats, her new client mentioned Christina Corum.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers,
that's bigger than Diddy is only one that I could come up with. That's hard to think.
However, as Carter's disclosures relentlessly expose the shadowy side of Diddy's enterprise, the intrigue grows. She said in open interviews that the parties were much more than hedonistic get-togethers. They were satanic ritual orgies, not freak-offs. She underlined and emphasized that the gatherings included both exploited child victims and consenting adults. Outrage has been sparked by her story, leading both supporters and detractors to wonder how someone as powerful as Diddy could be involved in such unsettling activities. As she implicates well-known celebrities, like Oprah, in the sinister rites that took place behind closed doors, the shock level increases.
There's a round of kids. It's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay? There's contracts for codes within that person. So they can take a remote and turn that person off. Britney Spears, when they want to. Lindsay Lohan, when they want to. Amanda Bynes, when they want to, okay? So let's say there's a contract for Justin Bieber. When P. Diddy has a hold of Justin Bieber, he now owns half of those codes. If Usher had the same contract and trafficked Bieber out to P. Diddy, okay, Usher and P. Diddy now have parts of Justin Bieber's contract. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if one goes down, the other side of the code has to go down. If there's a property linked to that person, Kevin Hart, because they had something to do with the trafficking of Bieber, then their property will go down because there's a code to that property. There's a code to everything. Your social security number is like a code. Okay, but depending on the level of MK Ultra, people have auctions for the codes on that person. See people running and trying to jump on survivors just for the Diddy issue. That's not the only issue. We had someone come at me and asking, didn't even ask about our safety, didn't even ask for a proof of identification. They just wanted to fly us out to Texas and put us on a TV set. No, thank you. Why? Because that TV set was linked to Oprah. No, thank you. Let me tell you something. They make sure in those parties that they have blackmail evidence. So if they go down, they taking everybody down with them. I pray to God that this is the day. I pray to God that this is the time, because all the victims deserve some type of justice, and it's just a matter of taking accountability and somebody saying, we are fucking sorry.
When Carter's videos became viral, social media went crazy. The video swiftly got over 2 million views and thousands of reposts, as viewers speculated about the links between the disastrous Los Angeles wildfires and the purported trafficking networks. Comments were flooding in. As one commenter pointed out, there is undoubtedly something sinister happening. Another pondered the uncanny parallels between the fire's source and the covert evil acts Carter detailed.
Sean Diddy Combs' Los Angeles mansion has been spared from the wildfires that have engulfed the affluent districts where several high-profile celebrities dwell. The fires killed 24 Californians, ravaged 40,300 acres of land, and destroyed over 12,300 houses. However, the disgraced rapper's 17,000-square-foot home, which is close to the mayhem, has escaped damage. Despite being outside the Palisades fire's course, the magnificent house in Holmby Hills was unaffected. Many celebrities have been compelled to leave the Pacific Palisades neighborhood. Several celebrities, including Anthony Hopkins, Paris Hilton, and John Goodman, have had their luxurious homes destroyed. As Los Angeles battles fires, you're in Ryuan. Combs awaits trial at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. He is facing a number of allegations, including trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy. Some think the fires were intended to conceal Diddy's alleged sex misdeeds and protect his remaining allies.
In the late 2000s, Diddy was at the peak of his career, solidifying his status as both a powerful music mogul and a savvy entrepreneur. However, behind the glitz and glamour, troubling allegations began to emerge, slowly chipping away at his carefully curated image. What initially seemed like sporadic accusations soon turned into a wave of serious claims involving sexual misconduct and abuse, casting an ominous cloud over his empire. In February 2003, a shocking lawsuit surfaced, alleging Diddy and his close associate Harvey Pierre were involved in deeply disturbing acts. A 17-year-old woman whose identity remained undisclosed claimed she had been invited to a prestigious New York recording studio under the pretense of meeting Diddy for a potential career opportunity. But instead of a life-changing moment, she found herself in a horrifying situation that she never anticipated. She alleged that once inside she was drugged and then brutally assaulted by both Diddy and Pierre. Her account was harrowing. She described being in a state where she had no control over her body, rendering her unable to consent, while the horrifying act was reportedly filmed, adding another chilling layer to the ordeal. Though the lawsuit was filed anonymously, it quickly grabbed headlines, shedding light on a disturbing pattern of abuse and exploitation within Diddy's inner circle. Pierre's position as a top executive at Bad Boy Records made the allegations even more alarming, sparking deeper concerns about just how far-reaching this behavior might have been.
Wendy Williams, a seasoned talk show anchor who has made a living by criticizing the powerful, has been a steadfast opponent of Diddy. A keen, perceptive commentary on the nature of celebrity worship and the exploitation that frequently supports it can be found in Williams' long-standing frustrations, which arise from betrayals in both his personal and professional life. Her insights pierce decades of meticulously crafted stories and make us face the unsettling fact that even people who were once seduced by Diddy's charisma can finally muster the strength to speak up.
We're downstairs waiting, and everybody upstairs at the radio station is looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down. I didn't get a chance to hit the sidewalk, you know what I'm saying? Before I knew it, out of nowhere. Nobody called. It's not even like he knew. It was just like weird, almost like karma. Next thing I know, he's out of the car, and there's a whole bunch of rah-rah going on outside, and I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I send Cower and Skell out on the sidewalk, and he comes back in and says, "It's total outside," and they were about to set it on you.
Now, Kirk Burroughs was the president of Bad Boy Records, and he even commented on Wendy's impact in this feud between the record labels and the damage that she done.
In February 2022, Kirk recounted the East Coast-West Coast feud between Bad Boy and Death Row Records, how this was a huge part of the 90s and Wendy was involved. Kirk alleged that Diddy's infant kid and the boy's mother, Misa Hilton, were paid to take a picture with Diddy's adversary, Suge Knight, which I'm finally saying his name right. It's Suga, I got it now. He says word went back to the East that Misa was there in the office and that Suge was seeing Justin Combs and potentially embracing him in his arms, and that there was an image of them taking a picture together. Now this is where Wendy gets in. Keep in mind there's this dispute between Bad Boy and Death Row Records. It went back to the East that Misa, thus Diddy's baby mama, was there in the office, and that Suge was meeting Justin Combs and perhaps carrying him in his arms. And that there was this photographer there shooting a picture that wasn't an image we needed to see on our end, or we wanted the world to see at all. Like, guess who got their hands on this image? With this man holding Gerhard Diddy's baby. Well, Wendy Williams did. Wendy obtained the photo and said that she had huge news coming up on her radio station. The bad guy squad had to act and prevent the photo from spreading to the public. And effectively, Diddy was able to utilize the issue to get Wendy fired.
That's crazy, man. So he'll feel a type of way if a female wanted one of his friends and not him.
Yeah, you know, he got to be the one, the shiny suit. That's why he put on the shiny suit. It's only one shiny suit. Can't be two shiny suits in the video, man. It's only one shiny. It can't be two kings under one castle. He know those words. Milk knows those words, man. Milk knows those words.
You got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy. All these years later to see where Diddy currently is. What do you feel about that situation?
Hey, when I watch TMZ and I see the stuff that goes on, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden I see me on TMZ. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird seeing me on TV when I'm caught in this position. You know what I'm saying? The other day I was watching Cookout, and there I am in the first opening scene. I was like, oh my God. Season 1, episode 13, there I am on Martin. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
She still got it.
Diddy done. Doo-da day.
How you doing?
See, she still got it.
Wendy.
Oh
The queen has spoken. There you have it. The stakes have never been higher as the legal battles heat up, and Diddy's trial is scheduled for May 2025. A wave of witness statements and explosive digital evidence are about to merge with courtroom dramas, potentially changing our perception of a whole period of entertainment. Legal professionals alluded to a case that might expose a pattern of power abuse, one in which the instruments of celebrity were redirected to exert control and influence. The offstage story, driven by a coalition of hitherto suppressed voices, is just as captivating as the courtroom storyline, which promises its own series of twists and turns. Meanwhile, legal experts caution that the repercussions of this disclosure stretch far beyond just sensational headlines. With Diddy already engaged in serious allegations like as racketeering, prostitution, and sex trafficking, Chris, this latest revelation adds an explosive twist to an already fierce judicial struggle. The leaked footage, apparently taken during one of Diddy's renowned parties, frequented by A-list stars like Bruce Willis, Diana Ross, and Owen Wilson, now throws a towering shadow over everyone in attendance. This emerging story forces us to wonder, just how far would the rich and powerful go to defend their reputations? And how deep does this web of secrecy genuinely stretch? Every new discovery not only intensifies the stakes, but also opens the stage for a high-stakes battle that could change the bounds of celebrity scandals as we know them.
It was a couple of us, and it's 4 of us total, 3 ladies, the principal and her 2 buddies. They sipped something and they started getting sick.
And this was the woman you were protecting. You were her security. Yes.
Yeah. So, my antennas go up. It led to a confrontation because I noticed that certain people knew what was going on. And the guy told me to relax, it's normal. No, this is not normal. Y'all don't know who y'all got here today. And, it led to a confrontation. I ended up getting hit with a bottle, get stitches. A couple guys had to go to the hospital, stuff like that.
Well, was it one of Diddy's bodyguards or one of his security people? Yeah.
Yeah, some people from this team.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got a team. He's got a team of people. And
so now when you say that this next group of people, this layer of group, did they go to a different location or was it at the same location?
Yes. So they ended up going upstairs. So once because this is an open bar, first and foremost. Whatever drinks you want, usually the stuff that's he's contractually obligated to have normally. Any other narcotic you want is available. But you just start seeing groups of sex workers arrive, male, female, and you just start seeing people pairing off and start doing what they do. And if I'm at one of these events with a male and my principal is a man, I'll go wait in the car.
But then if you got the A-listers, you got to realize he ran with that that rat pack. And I don't want to even say their names, because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage.
Shout out to Diddy, Happy New Year. You know what it is, DJ Khaled, it's all about victory. I'm going in. You better believe it. Shout out to Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe. Let's do it way big.
I want to give a shout out to my brothers that have been inspiring me and been my friends for a long time. One of my best friends in the whole world, Busta Rhymes in the house. You know what I'm saying? He's been my friend for a long time, ever since I was like 12 years old. He's my best friend. He's in the house. Akon, straight from Africa, India, with a silk scarf on, is in the house. If you're looking for Akon, he has a silk white scarf on so the light can hit him and y'all can make sure y'all see him because Blue Black is in. And Akon is very rich. He don't even do shows in America no more. Okay, he's in the house. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my man Drake is in the house. Fabulous is in the house. This is all brotherly love. My biggest brother with all the boss, Ricky Ross, is in the house. Ricky Ross report to the grass. DJ Khaled, he's the best, he's in the house. Tiana Taylor is in the house. My brother Chris Brown, I'm gonna stick with him from thick and thin. Chris Brown is in the house. You know what I'm saying? The something ain't right, so I know Chris Brown is in the house.
As Diddy's legal problems escalate following his arrest, each new element seems to exacerbate the mystery. His mansion, once a symbol of success and luxury, has now become a white elephant, a monument to scandal. The property's affiliation with a Homeland Security raid in March has only exacerbated its negative reputation. The mansion, once a crown gem asset, now serves as a harsh reminder of the dangers of uncontrolled power and the disclosure of hidden secrets.
Breaking news. The Department of Homeland Security has officially confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have conducted raids on multiple properties linked to renowned musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs. Let's go straight to our experts. CNN security correspondent Josh Campbell and CNN legal analyst Joey Jackson, to break down the significance of these developments. Josh, let's begin with you. What do these large-scale federal raids across multiple locations suggest about the gravity of this investigation? Dr. Wolf, this is a major turn of events, and the scale of law enforcement action here is certainly striking. Just to clarify up front, we do not have confirmation at this time that Sean Diddy Combs himself is the direct subject of a federal probe. That's an important distinction to make. However, what we do know is that federal authorities have targeted 2 properties associated with him. Law enforcement agents swarmed these locations, and we've obtained aerial footage capturing the dramatic scenes at these residences, one here in Los Angeles and another in Miami. Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, a division of the Department of Homeland Security, provided CNN with a statement addressing the nature of these actions. Here's what they said. Earlier today, HSI New York, in coordination with HSI Los Angeles and HSI Miami, along with local law enforcement agencies, executed law enforcement operations as part of an ongoing investigation. While their statement confirms federal activity at these locations, it remains unclear whether these operations involved executing search warrants, making arrests, or both. At this moment, the exact details of this law enforcement action remain uncertain.
5 minors are involved.
Right. The age range from as young as 9.
A lot of negative energy and negative vibes coming from everywhere.
Could the allegations that Diddy sexually assaulted minors upend his legal team's entire defense strategy?
Say that bad, I just mean be free, man. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. And don't act bad every day. You gotta do that sparingly.
In the middle of the commotion, Will Smith's reaction has become the main point of this growing story. Gerard's fresh off a concert in San Diego, the actor addressed the circulating accusations with a mix of humor and frank defiance. In a candid video shared on TikTok, Smith refuted the charges with uncommon candor.
Hell of a thing. Will Smith is doing a concert, and he has to address his connection to Diddy. Here it is.
I ain't been nowhere near that man.
to none of that stupid shit. So whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say so much stuff, but that one it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Put up the picture for mass here. Let me first just say, I don't know who goes to a Will Smith concert. It must be done secretly. The concert was packed, I'm sure. I probably know someone who has purchased a Will Smith ticket. Oscar-winning actor and rapper Will Smith stopped mid-performance at his own concert on Thursday night in San Diego to shut down speculation that he somehow is friends or linked or connected to the music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The reason why people had this, idea is because of pictures like this. Throwbacks, okay? Throwbacks, you got photos of vivid industry events. They've resurfaced, fueling rumors about their connection to mysterious allegations against.
Whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy. And they're gonna have to bring that to forefront because the prosecutor's gonna want those tapes. And they're gonna do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. So, we just better hope for his sake, that that's just a bunch of bull crap. But then there's lawyers out there saying, yeah, the tape does exist. Lawyers got on television to say the tapes exist. I don't really know or trust that because they was trying to say he had a tape with one of the bodyguards and this lady that came out. So we don't know what to think until we actually see that and we get that version. You remember we had that bootleg version of R. Kelly tape?
Yeah, I remember that.
They don't even bootleg. Yo, they don't even bootleg no more, man. So it's gonna be hard to figure it out.
Adding yet another frightening element, Carter disclosed in a December 2024 interview with Stu Peters that she had been trafficked through hidden underground tunnels running beneath schools, amusement parks, and even cemeteries. Her horrifying testimony reveals that the fires, which she earlier warned would eventually be recognized as tied to trafficking, are simply one element of a huge and evil web of the Cheaterhouse exploitation. The constant admonition to watch for those fires, Jaberser, serves as a bleak foreboding, suggesting that even more startling facts would shortly come to light.
I started moving and trying to get out of where I was. I was with the friend that I came in with who was freaking out. She was hyperventilating, she was crying, she was trying everything to get out, and it made us get deeper in. The lower you go, the harder it is to get out. No one knows where the doors are. No one knows where the exits are. No one knows where some of these tunnels lead to. So it's not as easy to just say, I'm just going to get out, or I'm just going to try to find a way out. If you are walked in, you're escorted in, somebody has to help you get out. After what happened, we had to leave. Again, I don't know what was going on. I'm still not sure what happened that night. There's a baby farm that exists. There's all ages. There's kids who don't act like kids. They act like wild animals. They hiss at you. They act like wild animals. They've never, I know some of them have been there since probably birth or before. There's baby farms that exist underground. Your hospitals are complicit in giving babies to baby farms. And when I say, I'm talking newborn babies fresh out of the hospital. I've seen a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of my friends die. There's so much that goes on. There's so much that goes on.
And it's not, so these particular things that you're talking about now, these extreme, horrific acts, this is reserved for the elites. Is that correct?
Yes. They get away with eating, beating, torturing, buying children from many places, and it also feeds their career. Selling your soul doesn't necessarily mean selling your soul for money. It means selling out for things that you're willing to do, a dedication to what they call their God. Then people compete with that. Everybody is competing with that, trying to do something equal or worse.
As the latest Hollywood controversy unfolds, one undeniable reality emerges from the chaos. The shocking leak of an intimate tape, packed with explosive revelations and widespread consequences, has sent shockwaves through the elite circles of celebrity life. Why? Will Smith's bold and direct response doesn't just address the relentless rumors. It stands as a powerful statement of his dedication to safeguarding his reputation from controversy and unwanted scrutiny. At the same time, Diddy's ongoing legal troubles and the ominous whispers surrounding his notorious parties keep the industry on edge, leaving a trail of unsettling questions in their wake.
This indictment reads, it's very disturbing. The facts presented are out of, a very bad Hollywood story. And a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these sexual performances that have been named freak-offs. And there seems to be a ton of evidence, allegedly, tying this scheme together. So it's an interesting way of prosecuting it, but I understand why they did it that way.
So what did you make of what Elizabeth Wagmeister just reported? And obviously, Sean Diddy Combs and his attorneys they're going to get their day in court. But the idea that the government, in their characterization, does not say that anybody did any of these things non-consensually. What do you make of that?
Is Will Smith's confrontation the spark that will shatter Hollywood's carefully crafted facade? Is this the final piece in the explosive puzzle of the leaked sex tape scandal involving Diddy, or just another twist in a web of power plays and celebrity secrets? One thing's clear.
Meanwhile, the high-stakes real estate industry has been affected by Diddy's incident. His Beverly Hills estate, which was once the height of luxury, now turns off prospective purchasers who don't want to spend money on a scandal-plagued house. The estate has become an unwanted remnant of Diddy's old business due to its exorbitant asking price and an infamous past that included a Homeland Security raid. According to one agent, seeing the residence was like entering a living nightmare, where luxury and terror coexist in eerie harmony.
That embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is selling his LA mansion. The Homely Hills estate was the site of a federal raid that Fox 11 first broke back in March. According to TMZ, Combs is looking to sell the off-market for $70 million. The raid was part of a sex trafficking investigation, a grand jury now hearing evidence in that probe. Meanwhile, Diddy is still facing several lawsuits linked to multiple sex abuse allegations. Diddy has denied those allegations.
Located in Holmby Hills, P. Diddy's $61 million mansion is shrouded in mystery. This massive estate, complete with 17,000 square feet of luxury, hides more than just secrets. There's a chilling history linked to crime and scandal. Though owned by one of hip-hop's most famous moguls, no one seems willing to buy P. Diddy's $61 million mansion. Are the disturbing history of sex crimes and scandals surrounding this property to blame? Will this luxury home ever find a buyer, or is it haunted by its past? Would you buy it for the right price? P. Diddy's $61 million Holmby Hills mansion is struggling to sell, and Beau Belmont, an investor, recently offered just $30 million, half the asking price. Why so low? The property's dark history of scandals, including alleged crimes linked to Diddy, might be scaring buyers away. Plus, rehabbing this 17,000 square foot estate to erase those memories won't be cheap. Interestingly, Beau also snapped up Kanye West's Malibu mansion. Are they betting on a future flip or just waiting for Diddy to drop the price? Would you invest in a mansion with this past?
The truth is revealed as a mosaic of vulnerability and strength. The tension is increased by each bit of information, each caution from Ali Carter, and each refutation from Diddy. The revealed secrets of the freak-off estate have permanently altered celebrity society, despite ongoing legal disputes and changing public sentiment.
Was eventually acquitted on the weapons charge. The incident further solidified his reputation for living beyond the bounds of the law. But the story doesn't end here. If anything, it's just the beginning. The freak-off parties that began in 1998 now cast long shadows over Combs' legacy, and the survivors of those who witnessed his rise and reign are finally coming forward.
And be redeemed. And I'm not talking about in business or to the world. I think it's a wrap for that.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get.
I mean, like, his soul.
Never liked it. I met him a bunch of times, but I never liked it. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
About my party, they're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me.
When they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them. I put them to sleep.
I mean, the after party. You need locks on the doors?
No, I know about them.
A lot of heat. Physically, the place has to be hot.
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. No. Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
How do I address you?
You can call me Love.
Is Diddy's sinister empire coming to an end as a result of Ali Carter's stunning testimony? Is his intense outrage at his hidden freak-off villa being revealed only an attempt to hide his controversial past? Or are we seeing the beginnings of a more complex plot that has the potential to completely upend the hip-hop industry? Please hit the like button, subscribe, and enable notifications if you want to be informed of every development in this drama as it develops. The truth is igniting, and you won't want to miss a single blazing moment because of this.